difficulties here. Here we are. Game is on. And once more, let's start by taking a look at the maps. This time we've got Dogao here on the left, still with the blue color. And we'll scroll a little bit around what you guys think about. The gold is just so bad right now, right? Look at this gold here. Sort of on the top of the hill. Pretty much as forward as it could get. Yeah, and quite far away from the TC as well. So it looks like this restart was quite good for Yo so far.
Yeah, I think Dogao will need to play very aggressively, but there is like more wood close by. If you scroll down a bit more to the right, he could easily make some walls over here, as you can see, and then he could build his military buildings here, and then I think he could try to defend this.
Okay, let's take a look at how Mr. Yo's map looks like. Probably it's not going to be a very good one. Well, the gold as well, not really optimal here. He does not have a hill around it, but he's got a very forward gold here as well. The wood doesn't look very bad either. He's got here wood at the back of his base. He can take this one here easily as well. But what do you think about this, Viper?
So far from what I can see, I think Yo definitely has a better map. He can easily protect his gold by walling the north side of it, like the hill to the forest up right. And then the military buildings to the left, gold. But and he also has like four big woods in his back. So like, if I was to pick one map now, I would go for Yo's map every time.
Okay, and something really interesting here. Looks like Dogao is doing exactly what Viper told him to do. Look where his scout is. I'm gonna go with the fog of war. Dogao is immediately sent out a scout. He's trying to find Yo, trying to leap everything he can. Let me see if he's going to find something on that direction. Indeed, there is a board right here. Looks like he won't be heading quite on that direction, but... well, yeah, he's going here forward. I guess this board could be so good for him to take. It's even running all the way around the hill. Mr. Yo takes his Eagle Warrior right there, tries to protect it as good as he can. Let's see if that is going to be able. This is going to be so micro-intensive, guys.
Yeah, and Dogao sees it, but I think Yo won't let him do any steals or laming stuff there.
Yeah, looks like that board will be safe just for now. Mr. Yo making sure nothing is going to happen to it, luring the first board, so everything is going to be alright. I do wonder why he was so worried about putting a couple of palisades. These Aztecs, they do start with loom, right? So
yeah, but still, if he gets the villager lamed, he can't get the boar anymore. So he has to send down the villager, who was building the house at 13.5 to get to 15. So he absolutely needed this villager at this time.
Okay,
oh, the sheep!
A little bit unlucky here for Mr. Yo. He can't complain about the lag this time. These guys are playing on the LAN. There's no lag. And something I see Mr. Yo doing quite often is actually this thing he just did with the TC. He started shooting the board first with the TC and only then taking a villager. What do you think about this, Viper? Yeah. It sounds so risky to me.
Of course, it's super risky, but he's been doing it like every game lately, and he's had a relative high success rate. But like as we saw him play Slam earlier. And he tried to do the same thing, and he actually ended up losing a villager.
A villager, okay.
So yeah, I'm personally not a fan of it because I think it's too risky. But of course, if you execute it perfectly, it's going to be more efficient than shooting it with villager arrows.
Okay, let's take a look. I just saw that Mr. Yo was trying to do something here with the scout. He went forward quite early as well. Nothing was done there. Dogao was trying to get a couple of hits on that scout. He wasn't quite able to. Can take a look. This scout is still full HP, so I think it's time to take a look at the villager distribution to try to understand what's going to happen here. Once more, I'm on the point of view of Dogao. He's got 4 villagers on wood here, so I guess the most common strategy would be to actually go for a drush, and indeed, there's a barracks being made right here on the top of the hill in front of the gold. What do you guys think about this?
I think that's a perfect positioning because actually he's thinking about the later game and he needs this big gold spot. So building his military buildings there is a perfect choice.
It looks like Mr. Yo was pretty much doing the exact same thing here. Also quite at the spot that we were sort of expecting right here between this cliff and between that wood patch. Housed is Dogao at 25 population, nothing major. He just completed a house. So it's going to be a drush on drush war by the looks of things. We can take a look at how is the economy from Mr. Yo looking like, and indeed probably not a drush after all. Eventually a man-at-arms rush here is going to be taking place from Mr. Yo's side. I still don't see any villagers on gold though.
Yeah, it seems like it will be an M&A defense, right?
Offense, yes.
It's even an offense? Okay.
I think so. Well, it's...
Oh, now he's sending the villagers, yes.
Yeah. But Yo did go forward both games against Slam as well, and as we all know, that didn't go too well. So
Yeah.
so let's see how this turns out.
And Dogao did look closely, right?
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
even
yeah.
moving the chair to annoy Yo.
I'm sort of wondering why is he not sending any more villagers to gold. I guess he will only stick to three of those militia and try to make them man-at-arms. But indeed, as Viper just said here before, he's going to be a forward. But at the same time, there's Dogao coming in with his drush, and he was able to intercept the villagers here from Mr. Yo, and this could be so hard for him. He's even going to fight the wolf at the same time. This is quite the worst possible thing that could be happening here for Mr. Yo.
Dogao even having Gaia on his side, so that's a very good thing for him. And now the problem for Mr. Yo is he can't get his production facilities up. And look at the time of Dogao. He isn't that late feudal as well. So I think, even losing a villager now.
Like one villager went down here. You can always take a look at what's happening here. On the top right side of my screen, there's the researchers being shown, and as Nilford just announced, it's going to be a quite fast feudal time here for Dogao. Looks like he only stuck to 4 militia instead of the regular 5 guys.
Looking at his population, I think he's actually adding militia. So I would expect there to be more militia and more men-at-arms.
Yeah.
Let's
incoming.
take a look at
Already
that.
6 militia.
Indeed, once more Viper spot on here. He's got 2 militia waiting to be sent here into the fight. At this time, looks to me like Yo has actually got enough militia to try to fight this off, but he delayed Mr. Yo so much. And look at this archery range position. Is that actually going to be any good? Quite far away from Dogao's
He
base.
just needed to get it down quickly. And look at Yo, he isn't even getting M&A upgrade, right? Is he?
He made 4 militia because he got pressured, so he made another militia. So he didn't have the goal to make the man-at-arms
Ooh,
upgrade.
Okay.
Let's take a look at what's happening here. It's still a drush-on-drush war. Taking a look at the militia from Dogao here. They are also low HP, but he's still considering making them men-at-arms. Once more, you can take a look at the top right of my screen. There's where the men-at-arms is being researched. A tower goes up here from Mr. Yo. Dogao try to put down a counter tower. He's got more villagers on it, so probably will be able to get it up before Mr. Yo manages to get
Seems
his
like
tower.
both towers are finishing, but I think Dogao's defense will be easily there.
There he goes. Towers go up at just about the same time.
Yeah, now it's 4 villagers against 3, or
Okay.
now even 5 against 0 as it seems.
It looks like Mr. Yo won't be committing too much to this attack as of now. I'm still sort of trying to find where are the militia from Dogao. Looks like all of them just died over there. But let's hear Viper. What do you think about this? Who's got the best position so far, Viper?
Well, I would say Dogao had the best position, but he was upgrading man-at-arms with 6 militia, but he wasted his 2 militia at the front against the villagers that were making the tower. And he took the fight with the Yo's militia while he still had militia himself. So his man-at-arm upgrade was pretty much a waste because he wasted all the militia. But I mean, it's pretty similar still. So I wouldn't say anyone has a clear advantage.
Yeah, let's take a look at what's going to happen with this forward here from Mr. Yo. Looks like he's trying to find a spot to hit. He's sending his 3 militia, those are not men-at-arms, around the left side of Dogao's map. Dogao could be able to spot this. Let's take a look. Yeah, he was able to see this. Let's try to understand if he will try to react to this in some sort of way. So far, nothing is happening. I see no walls going up. I think this is the time where Dogao should be trying to do a couple of arches, and here it is. Let's try to understand if something is going to happen with this militia right here in
Some
Ilford.
speeds walls now. Let's see. He should see it in time, actually. There's no lag, so maybe they're getting
No,
in
sir.
as it seems.
No,
They
sir.
will easily get a village
No,
up there.
sir. Yeah, one of the villagers is going to go down, and it's men-at-arms by this
Stuck.
point.
Oh no, he isn't finishing her.
Okay, trying to find more villagers. We've got Dogao here with a couple of archers, a couple of skirmishes. He's got the +1 defense, so he should be able to tackle this in a nice manner. He just lost 1 villager, was able to take 1 man-at-arms, and the
Ooh.
3rd one is down as well. But he did lose a villager.
Yeah, but still, that's still a pretty solid defense for not seeing it for such a long time. And I want to mention another thing. Let's scroll down a bit to the defense tower of Dogao, because actually Mr. Yo was forcing Dogao to build a defense tower, and now he has a defense tower. It's basically perfect positioning. So if he wanted to build a defense tower in any case, that would have been the space. So Yo kind of forced him to build a good tower. That's something he never wanted.
Let's try to understand what's happening here on the right side of the map. This is Dogao chasing away the archers from Mr. Yo. There's only 4 of them. He's got the +1 attack upgrade and range as well. So does Dogao. Dogao even's got the armor upgrade, so these archers are not going to be a problem for him. There he goes, 3 of them are cleared out, the 4th one on the way. So I think it's a good time to take a look at how are the resources looking like for the players. As far as I can see, nothing quite different here. The villager number is very similar for both as well. We've got Dogao on 35 villagers, we've got Mr. Yo on 37, so really not a huge difference. Dogao is doing skirmishers, so he could end up being a little bit later to Castle Age Viper.
Dogao did do wheelbarrow though, and I don't think Yo did it yet. So Dogao's farm income and like Dogao made more farms than Yo at the start, so because he went into skirms at first. So I think like a lot of people think that if you go skirms then you should be delayed to Castle Age, but the fact is that you go skirms you make more farms, so you have more food income later on. So usually the skirms player tend to up maybe slightly faster even.
Okay, this could be a very interesting engagement right here on the left side of Mr. Yo's base. He's throwing up a tower. Is left to see if that is going to be on the right time. He needs to first tackle the army here of Mr. Yo. He's doing that. Dogao doing a really nice job. He started focusing on the villagers doing the tower. I'm not sure if that was the correct decision. Looks like the tower will go up, no problem whatsoever. But on the other side, Mr. Yo is left with no army.
Yeah, I would have even focused the villagers earlier, but now, Yo, without any army, I think Dogao is in prime position to do major damage to the gold spot now, right?
And that's where he is heading to, and there's no chance for Mr. Yo to drop a tower on that gold. He does not have enough stone for that. So keeping Mr. Yo out of gold, what a nice situation for Dogao so far. He's going to move into the wood line. Mr. Yo does not see this on time, is not able to put down a couple of walls here. He's gonna lose a villager. Such a nice job by Dogao so far. Took another villager. That's 3 down. Really, really nice job here by Dogao. He's going to try and search for some more villagers, and what a nice party he could be having here on the south side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And now so many villagers being idle. He's trying to save one to the right side and will lose villagers for sure on the left-hand side as well. So now Dogao is controlling so much of the map. Actually, like, how many villagers are working for Mr. Yo at the moment?
Really not many. Something so good for him. He was able to click up to Castle Age as well. Look at that.
Look down at the statistic. It's 38 villagers and was just like 15 idle of them. Oh man.
Indeed, looks like at this time, Mr. Yo was quite able to close himself right here in a corner. Looks like Dogao won't be able to do any damage on that side. But Viper, this is a huge advantage for Dogao at this time.
Yeah, Dogao is in a massive advantage now. Like, Yo stayed on one forward archer range for way too long. He never added a second archer range. He went into stone, so he was counting on defending with towers, but obviously that backfired so hard, and Dogao is just in a fantastic position right now.
It looks like he could be losing his army right here if Yo actually micros this with the right way. He tries to find the hill. Nice job here by Dogao once more. Going to be able to tackle that army right there, but at the same time he's sending more army forward. And do keep in mind, he will be up to Castle Age so much faster than Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo really in a hard spot here, and the mini-map tells me that he seems to have quite nice walls at home as well, so he won't be in fear of being raided at this time as well.
I think he won't get raided in this game at all anymore, because now he has a full control, has a better units to raid, has a better eco, has so much map control. I think he will just like put a huge stranglehold on Mr. Yo and will never let go of this.
Trying to find a spot to hit. There's towers all over the place. As we just said before, he is the first one to get to Castle Age. A couple more towers going up here for Mr. Yo, trying to defend from this. Mr. Yo is on his way to Castle himself. He's trying to chase away the archers from Dogao. Dogao does not want to fight this before the crossbow one upgrade is done. That is going to be done anytime soon, and there it is. He's going to tackle this army from Mr. Yo. He's got more attack power. He's able to micro this in a perfectly manner. Gets to kill all of the army from Mr. Yo, and this is just getting worse from this point on. It's going to be crossbowmen from Dogao.
Yeah, I want to see some mangonels now, because Dogao has a full control and will always be attacking, but it's not like he can actually kill like 10 villagers or get like full control of everything, because Yo's kind of defending quite nice with all his stone spots. So I think mangonels, like only 1 or 2 would do huge and just boom behind, because Yo will never be able to get anything like raiding going on against him.
Something I don't like very much, I was just able to spot the army of Mr. Yo so far away from his base. So it looks to me like he thought he would be able to take care of the army from Dogao right here. But what do you think about that, Viper? Shouldn't he be more concerned to actually defend at home instead of going to raid?
Yeah, I think that was a a bad call by Yo. Skirms are a defensive unit anyway, so like sending 7-8 skirmishes forward, they were never gonna do much damage anyway. So I don't understand that call because he's so much under pressure now that like his best option is to just clear the defense and then try to turn that into an offense somehow.
And indeed, he's sending them back a little bit too late. If you ask me, he just lost so many more villagers right here on the wood line as well. He might be able to actually clean the army from Dogao right here, but is that going to be... Yeah, it's going to be a little bit too late for him. Let's see. Late, indeed. Let's see if it's going to be too late. But what do you think about this? Should Dogao trying to finish the game off, sending in villagers, making siege workshops, or just try to boom until Imperial, until he's got those incredibly powerful Eagle Warriors?
Well, I think both are good options. At the moment, the population is quite close. If you look at the villager count, Dogao is only ahead by 5. And military, he's down by 1. So it's not like he has a huge advantage on paper. But I think his map control and obviously a lot of towers for Yo, wasting villagers and just putting up only defense and no offense in this game, yeah, we'll give him some options. And I think I personally would go for Imperial Age, and it seems if you look at his food count, that's what he's aiming for.
Yeah, I can see one mangonel right here going forward for him. Dogao probably will try to start hitting the gold right here. He knows he's facing skirmishers. Skirmishers do really badly against mangonels. They really have a hard time trying to micro against them. And I think Mr. Yo needs to go back once he sees this. And this is where you can see that the lag is really pretty non-existent. He sees the mangonel straight away, moves back with those skirmishers, and will need to throw in a siege workshop of his own. And as you can see, he is doing that right now. Only now finishing the crossbowman upgrade. So indeed a quite hard spot here for Mr. Yo. Let's take a look at the resources from Dogao. He won't be needing much time to get to Imperial Age. So let's see if he's actually able to do anything decent with these 2 mangonels.
Yeah, but I think it would be a huge mistake if he goes into heavy mangonels now. Like building 4 or 5 will do like not much more than building 2. Because we will see the mangonel defense of Yo coming up and some defense towers. So I think like going like full pressure now is the totally wrong thing for Dogao.
Okay, and Mr. Yo needs a hero shot with that mangonel. He is facing an uphill mangonel from Dogao. Let's see if he actually manages to take the shot here. The mangonel does not have full HP, so this could actually be quite good for him. He goes for the crossbows first. Does miss the shot, but is able to avoid the shot from Dogao himself. And this could be it. Yeah, there it goes. It's 1 mangonel for 1 mangonel. That still means trouble for him because there are still a couple of crossbowmen left here for Dogao, which doesn't seem to be paying attention to this. He just lost a couple of them to that tower.
And I'd like to see how Yo's doing concerning Imperial Age. I think he should be away far. Yeah, that's what we can see. Just being down like 14 villages now and having to move them all the time and having them, I think there might be even some in the tower and no, they're exposed, but still having some villages on stone won't help your eco at this point. So I think like Dogao will get Imperial Age before Yo will click Imperial.
Yeah, I would be really surprised if that is not the case. Let's go back to Dogao. He seems to be wasting a little bit of time. Is he missing any buildings or something?
No,
he just has everything. He's able to click up to Imperial Age, and we will be really surprised not to see Eagle Warriors here, Viper.
Yeah, for sure. What I can see, like Yo just added a second TC like 1 minute ago, I think. So, and I saw Dogao. Okay, actually, he added a 3rd TC now. But Dogao has had his extra TCs up so much faster. So obviously, he's gonna hit Imperial so much quicker. And with Yo's map, he can't really completely wall it either, right? So Eagles are definitely gonna be a deadly choice.
Yeah, Eagles are gonna be so effective against this map. He was able to get a really nice shot right there on those crossbows from Dogao. He's even managed to click. Get the score lead. Look at that. He just took the score lead at this very moment. But we do know score lead does not tell the whole story. He's still trying to find a spot to raid. And this would be his first raid in the game for Mr. Yo at minute 35. A little bit too late, I would say. Looks like Dogao won't be hurting much from that. He's got a TC very well placed right here. He will protect all of his villagers here on the left side of his map. So let's take a look at the barracks. He's got a couple of them going up here. There's 4 barracks. And I really fear for Yo right here. Once Dogao gets to Imperial Age, I see no walls right here on the left side. This is everything going to be so exposed. Maybe now he does realize that Dogao is up to Imperial H. He needs to do something to actually try to stop those Eagle Warriors.
Yeah, most of the time you're trying to raid the gold spots of Dogao, but let's take a look at it. It's still the defense tower, and it's still the defense TC and mangonels and already Eagles out. So there's no chance to block all the gold spots of Dogao. And now Yo just needs to panic wall all the map.
Yeah, looks like that mangonel could be just about enough to take care of these crossbows. Mr. Yo doing here quite a nice micro. Look at that, not getting hit once. And he's going to be able to take the mangonel, but just at the very last second, gets that huge shot. So nice shot here by Dogao. Let's take a look at those Eagle Warriors. A couple of them are going in. Is that a hole right there? There is a hole. How more unfortunate can Mr. Yo get here? He will be able to close everything, but will lose a couple of villagers. These guys are elite Eagle Warriors already, still missing the +4 upgrade. That's so important when you try to raid, but still gonna be able to take a couple of villagers with him here. There's one down. He's gonna have to take the mangonel, no doubt whatsoever. A second villager goes down, probably a third. Really tough spot for Mr. Yo at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dogao just only getting in 5 villagers, but that's blocking so much of that little eco that he already has. And now he has to continue stonewalling. He's even getting a castle in his face, as it seems. And I don't see how he's able to defend there. Now he maybe should wall like 5 layers, something, get a castle up, and then try to defend with traps and jaguars, but I don't see Dogao allowing that to Mr. Yo.
Yeah, he could be trying to wall further back. He wasn't able to do that. It's completely open. Dogao can just walk in now. He's got a whole lot of Eagle Warriors at this point. Still not +4, but I don't think Mr. Yo can stop this at this moment. These are like 20 Eagle Warriors going straight to the goal. He's got a mangonel right there.
Yeah,
It's just the GG Viper.
Going for longbows and jaguars to try to defend, and obviously they counter heavily, but I think he's just outnumbered.
I guess you mean long swords right there, Nilford.
What did I say?
Longbows.
Longbows, okay, long swords obviously.
Yeah, Viper, what could Yo do at this point?
I think Yo could hit F10 and resign.
Hard to disagree. Hard to disagree. He does have a castle sort of protecting the gold, but he's being raided all over the place. Look at that. More and more villagers dying all the way around the map. His population would be dropping massively. Look at that. He's on 80 population against 120 population. He just hit Imperial Age. A little bit
With
too
40
late.
idle villagers at that time.
A little bit too late if you ask me. And he will be struggling really hard. I guess we are expecting to see the GG any moment. But just as you said, it's going to be long swordsman here from Mr. Yo. I don't see that saving the day. The population still roughly on 80, but I'm not sure that is going to be enough to stop
Absolutely
this.
not. He's now researching forging and two-hand swordman, but now it's only +1/+1 without any food eco. So he will never get into a real, like, scary amount of let's do it right, two-hand swordsman. So I don't see him holding at all. Maybe he could get up like 1 or 2 more castles, but all his stone is being blocked now. He's losing his main gold spot. He's down like 50 population and even getting raided on his other gold spots. His castle is getting attacked. I think.
Yeah, the problem here is that even if someone actually holds off the initial wave, like the follow-up is just going to be so much stronger because Yo's eco is so far behind now, and Dogao can even transition into longswords or champions himself if he wants to. He has just such a massive lead right now that there's like he can do whatever he wants at this point.
Indeed, more villagers going down, more and more villagers going down. The population dropping dramatically for Mr. Yo here. It's only 60 population left. Of course, he does not want to resign too soon, but it's hard to see what could he do to stop this. Only he's selling everything he can. He's buying food to try and sort of get more two-handed swordsman right there. He seems to actually be holding quite nicely so far. If we take a look at the military, it's only, let's say, only 6 below right there. It just dropped incredibly, and it's Dogao taking the huge lead once more.
Yeah, Dogao has +2/+4 against +1/+1. So even if two-hand swordsmen heavily counter Eagle Warriors, they don't counter as heavy as they could.
And just like the villager count tells the tale here, you just look at the villagers.
Yeah, villager count, look at that, just the double, just the double. 100 villagers for Dogao, 50 villagers for Mr. Yo, and that is only getting worse, and that's the GG call. Mr. Yo suffering the first blood here in the first match of the WSVG 2015 Championships. Let's try to understand what happened in this game. We can take a look at the achievements here, but I want to listen from Viper what exactly happened here, Viper.
Well, as we saw, like as I said earlier, Yo went for the men-at-arms forward thing both games against Slam as well. So like it's kind of a tell to like how his playstyle is. And Dogao was watching those games, and Dogao might have been expecting this because his fuel edge time, he built up so he could go to fuel edge faster. He wasn't trying to go fast castle automatically. So like Yo went forward, he tried to push the issue, but he ended up staying on one range only, and that range was forward, and Dogao added 2 ranges instantly, so Dogao was just able to outmass an army, and then in the long run he just took more and more command of the game, and yeah, so it went.